telling us who the real Jews are.
Do you know what the Egyptian president said back in the 60s? He said it would never be peace in the Middle East because the Jews left black and came back white.
Ooh, shit.
Maybe he's saying that you're not a Jew.
I'm African, buddy. He doesn't even.
Nah, you're like a white African, though.
No, I'm not actually. I'm black.
No, you're not
really
white.
not wrong. Hey, but what's going on?
You look like Pepe's photo, baby.
Nah, that's actually not true.
It ain't nothing wrong with Jewish people. They just
three years. You're starting to sound your reason like a 3-year-old. Who even thinks that Jewish?
You gotta stop.
Is his real name Netanyahu?
Nah.
No, his real name is Rich.
Yeah.
Dude, my frog is so hungry, bro. I'm about to go get you some shit right now. Wait, bro. Relax.
Feed him the juice.
My turtle didn't eat. Nah, I ain't into that. I just want them to stop lying. Stop lying and we'd be cool. Stop lying and we'd be cool.
Yeah, stop lying, baby. Ray Bonnet, who's the real Jews?
Hey,
what we need to do is
the people from Poland and Germany.
We need to march into every synagogue and have the priests march into every synagogue armed with palm leaves and holy water and sprinkle all of those heaps and make them become Christians.
No,
He needs to do an exorcism on these people.
Yo, three, look at my PTR. That's the review.
No.
Look at my PTR. My PTR, three, look at my PTR. You'll notice Pepe's on the left.
They just need to tell the truth, bro. That's it.
Or
And everything will be cool.
No, hey, three, but you know what's funny? Russia already told the truth.
I can hear you, your background, bro. Can't hear you.
That's right. I am a real Jew, baby. But I converted to Christianity.
Hey, can you let Ray talk? Why are you trying to tell me something?
No, I don't know if you can hear me now, but
I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I mean, look, all I'm going to say is that, look, you have conversations with actual people from Germany, Russia, so on and so forth. They already know who the real people are.
Oh, yeah, my cousin lives in Germany.
I mean,
He's been living in Germany for like 10 years, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I have the same icon book that, what's the name? What's the school's name? Food and Show. I mean, shit, I have two or three books. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this shit's not, it's common knowledge over there. You know what I'm saying? Over here in the West, I mean, you're indoctrinated by a lot of this stupid shit that's over here. It is what it is, But of course, when you have someone who's idiotic like Rich doesn't know shit, Jewish.
Yo, Rihanna, is it true? Rich said that he beat the shit out of you in the street.
Of course I did.
I'm talking shit. Is it true?
Of course I did.
Yeah, you wish it was true. You must jump somebody they thought looked like me.
Fucking
was it another white man, Ray-Baya? Was it another white man?
Let's see, I'm not a white man. What are you talking about?
I mean, your daddy is.
No, my daddy's a nigga.
Bro, your daddy is. Just share the photo. Your dad in the prison jumpsuit.
Yeah,
where he's in the brown prison jumpsuit with the white shoes. And
your dad.
On the back. And then taking like this prison photo.
Rich, but here's the thing though. You know what's funny?
Crazy how you don't want to share that photo.
People on this app is totally.
Nah, you really don't want to show that photo, bro.
You're cosplaying as an Ashkenazi.
You don't want to show that
photo. Cosplaying. You took a DNA test that said 5% Ashkenazi Jew, and that's what you're running on. You're not one of those motherfuckers over there.
Your dad's white, Ray-Baya.
Yeah,
show the photo.
Brown as any.
All right, let the rim judge, Ray-Baya. The photo of your dad
looks like a
damn. You think your dad is white or not? He's wearing a prison jumpsuit. He's wearing that all brown prison jumpsuit with white shoes in front of a global map.
Brown anything.
Yeah, because it's got like the wood grain on the wall.
I don't even know why you're trying to make fun of him. You're claiming to be a Christian Jew, bro.
His dad's a white.
That's like saying that I'm retarded, but I'm not retarded.
White,
but not. But I mean,
share the photo of your daddy, Ray.
Rich is comedy relief on his app, bro.
Hey, but no, BB, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I was fucking with your rooms, man. But you did that was some loud shit, bro. You don't have to do that.
So I didn't.
No, you lost all trust in me.
Me and Steenie actually made up about it. So she apologized. She apologized.
I'm just saying.
She
You apologize for being a piece of shit.
You shouldn't have had to apologize. You should apologize as a man, bro.
He did. He apologized for being a piece of
Can you
shit.
apologize?
Lame ass shit.
3, can you apologize?
Apologize for what?
Exactly. What the fuck you want me to apologize for?
You did some outline shit.
Nah, stop talking to me. I'm not your mom, bro. Don't talk to me like that.
Tracy,
I'm just
look
letting you
at my PTR, Tracy. Look at my PTR.
I'm feeding my reptiles right now. I can't. I'll look at it in a minute. I'm
It
feeding my
says,
reptiles.
I doxed Stenny yesterday.
That's doctored. He's a liar.
Wow.
He's a liar. He's doctored. That's a doctored message. This guy is such a fucking rage-baiting piece of shit. If you guys want to know the truth, he's the one that told me that he actually lied to me.
Can I ask you a question? How do you feel about the state of Israel and Iran?
Exactly. See? Lying? Fuck this guy.
I'm asking Pepe how he feels about Israel and Iran.
Why you want to rage bait people? Don't you ever want to have an intelligent conversation?
Pepe is a very
Do you
intelligent
ever want to have
person
an intelligent
who has a
conversation?
very good take on what's going on in the Middle East.
Hey, tell everybody what you said about your wife, Rich. Grab your fist.
Oh yeah, grab your fist. Yes, take your hand, make a fist, squeeze it as tight as you can, and then try to stuff your dick in it. That's what it's like. It's like a drum, bro.
That's what his wife's asshole's like.
Just not pussy.
BB, you know how Rich lost his job, bro.
She's amazing.
Lost his job.
I know he's unemployed. I know we're creating signals right now in the corner of Texas.
The president trailer into some fucking metal pipes and shit.
No, but Rayama, if you really want to know the truth, do you guys remember that scene from The Sopranos when little Anthony, like, he went to work early and he looked over and he seen that one of the gangsters sucking off the other, like the foreman of the job site?
Yep, that's what happened.
That's Rich. Rich was
There's an audio. He's fucking a trainee, dude.
trying to make a couple of bucks. Ah, you fucking
He's a
gearbox.
professional troll. That's his job, bro.
Yep.
It's true.
He gets paid to do it.
Yeah, by Mossad.
Yeah, but I did my charge. You sure?
Yeah, by Mossad.
Who says they're Christian and Jewish, bro? What the fuck?
The gays are almost as bad as the Jews, right?
Yeah, almost. Well, Pepe, how do you feel about Israel right now with the situation with Iran? You love it?
No.
And there are like 13 dead service members or something?
Okay, one American life is worth like 1 million Israeli lives, as far as I'm concerned. So I just don't, not worth it.
But listen, you can have an opinion, doesn't mean that it's correct.
That's good.
Pepe, I got
That's right.
What else you got to say, Pepe, about the influence of Bibi Netanyahu on Trump?
When did you switch? Because I know you was like, when you was in IGB, Pepe, you was going hard on black people about the Kamala shit and voting for Trump. When did you switch and say that?
Oh, when Bibi Netanyahu
Start saying when Trump is a dumbass.
to engage in war.
Oh, wait, the day that he started.
Can you let him talk for himself?
I know, Rich, shut the fuck up.
Bibi shut
When he started, because he said no new wars, no stupid shit, and he went and did a fucking baseless war, being a, he's just influenced by all the wrong people that have Israel's best interest in mind and not ours. So.
Shit. No, I feel the same way. That's the only reason why I asked you.
No, but honestly, guys, you don't think that...
Maybe
you
you're
don't think that...
Tychosaurus Rex.
You don't... I know, stop, Rich. You don't think that, honestly, let's have a good conversation about this. You don't think that...
Israel.
I know, shut the fuck up, Rich. Do you don't think that eliminating a world threat is like a benefit for...
We're not eliminating anything.
Yeah, we're not eliminating anything, baby. This is the
I agree. It's not going what we thought would go, but at the beginning, wasn't that what we...
started.
No,
Oh my
this
God.
was long.
Oh my God.
So this is what people said. This is what people were saying was likely going to happen, unless you ended up having a full-scale war, like the invasion of Iraq. You were not going to do any kind of real regime change there, and so people like myself, we were all totally against. Even when they bombed Fergal, that fucking nuclear site, we were kind of like, we don't want them to we don't want Israel to talk us into a war, because it likely that Israel Iran would remain defiant, cause a bunch of fucking problems that would affect everyone globally, and then what? We're still not good. America's not willing to do a full-scale war, so like.
Okay, can you do me a favor? When you refer to Israel, can you say those fucking kikes?
Amazing. But yeah, it's so we have Americans dead, a whole bunch that have been injured. Of course, this has cost billions of dollars. It's going to affect the economy globally. Likely not going to have regime change, and that was the whole thing. Is that why would you even do this if it's not going to produce the outcome you want?
Hey, but like they say, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. So do you think we're jumping the gun?
Hey, but no, Pepe, you know what that really is? I was on the phone, but you know what really woke that up for me? It woke something up for me. I realized, because I tell my dad and his generation, he like 74. I tell them all the time, like, y'all niggas was just kicking it for like 60 years, bro. What the fuck? Like, the shit that's going on with China, with this Israeli shit, even with this Iranian shit, it just seems like America been kicking it for like 60 to 70 years, and they ain't been focused. Like, they ain't been worried about their people, the relationships that we done made, and the shit that we done did. I just don't look. It looked like everybody been planning, and we've been just kicking it. China was planning; they had a 100-year plan. The Iranians, they've been waiting for this shit for 40 years. Fucking Israel been on this type of time since they ever fucking existed. Like, it just seemed like we not on code and everybody else is kind of like locked in. That's what it's showing to me.
Israel's constantly pulling us into new wars. American soldiers killed. Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran, Syria.
They planned it though.
It's all orchestrated by the Jews in Israel.
Why? I'm saying they planned it though. I have no problem with them planning it, because I think black people should have did the same thing at the time when we supposed to. But they planned this shit, bro.
Yep,
they planned it themselves inside our government to the point where we damn near can't tell them no. 338 candidates. Shit, all of them was endorsed by AIPAC, and like 319 out of 338 won. So how much influence do they really have?
Just remember everything you said so far. BB would have kicked you from his room by now.
There's nothing wrong with it when they did it the right way. I'm not knocking it. I feel like black people should have did the same fucking thing. I'm not knocking it. That's why I just said, like, even to BB, even to you, I just want them niggas to stop lying.
Yep.
They can tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Stop being liars.
You finesse the system. I'm proud of you. Shit. We just not learning how to try to finesse the system as black people legally. We always try it the.
No, but hold on. Three. You don't think that three? Let me ask you a question. You don't think that they're smart black people?
I do. I just think that
there's some very smart black people.
But hear me out. I just don't think that we.
And they're Jews.
I think.
Yeah, but the Jews are more devious.
There's smart black Jews out there.
Can y'all shut the fuck up? I think that.
No, I don't. I'm saying.
I think we don't uplift the
say it nicely.
Black people for real, bro. I ain't saying shit. You gonna shut the fuck up? Fuck you talking about?
Say it nicely. I think you need.
BB just wants you to kick him from the room because he doesn't have the argument.
Say it nicely.
I mean, stand for Israel to defend his country.
I don't kick it.
I'll be.
Best thing in nobody room, man. I'm gonna just keep muting.
Be respectful, though. That's all I'm asking. Why are you getting upset?
Fine. No, this is how I talk, man.
Well, why won't you be?
He's treating you the same way you would treat him.
From Toledo, Ohio, man. Right up the street from Detroit, man. Ask about us, man.
Ask about us, man. That's not what
we talk.
No, it ain't.
We talk. It's how we talk.
And then you're complaining like people ain't educated.
Companies like BlackRock, Vanguard,
then you're complaining that you're
like Jews are the real black people are impoverished and they're in communities right now. I mean, because they bullied low-income communities. It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
they want like this globalist, falling for it, like a one-world government.
Oh my God, Three's such a fucking gullible little baby. He's falling for it.
A little bit.
You needed to jet
He wants
when
to kick him, Tracy.
You needed to jet instead of a dick.
He's being manipulative, a little Jew.
I be like that. I ain't even taking none he's saying to offense. I live a good life, bro.
I don't know about
I
that.
just know what
I don't know about that.
David's drunk. David, that's
You put a picture of you and your family on a bus. Come on, bro.
That's me and my family, huh?
Who are you? Are you the one? Are you the one on the left, or the one behind the guy that's wearing a kippah? Like
That ain't none of me. That's the real Jews.
That's not true.
That's the real Jews.
You and your family.
That's the real Jews.
Rich told me that you and your
clearly
family
not
bro.
from Poland and Germany and shit.
No, they're from Detroit, bro. Toledo.
Nah.
No, I'm talking about the Jews. They're clearly not from Russia and Germany.
No, you can see those black folk in that bus are from Detroit. No, they're Khazars. No, they're from Detroit.
So, do you think the Jews are from Germany and Poland? No, no.
Are you guys sick of Rich always trying to gaslight people?
Oh,
The original Jews are Semitic people from the Sumerian region, Semitic region.
yeah, they look more black, not like pasty white people.
Y'all barely can even deal with the sun over there, man.
He doesn't want to deal with Israel. Like even as even in my younger years, just briefly discussing the topic, it was like the ish part. And usually when you add ish to something, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. So like, hey, what time you want to meet up at the bar? About 9-ish. What color is that, suit? It's like a grayish, so that was one of the things. Yeah, that was one of the things that was explained to me, like when they added the ish to it, that kind of separated the real Jews from the Jews who weren't fully Jew.
Oh, look at me, bro. You're a very white savior, Eric.
Yeah, go get the book 13th Tribe by Arthur Koestler. He talks about how they even got to Germany.
Can I jump in if you don't mind?
Yeah, go ahead. Open floor, man. Say what you want to say, bro.
I do appreciate that. The problem is going forward in this operation. Sig, you know this, I know this, and a lot of the GWAT community, we're aware of this. If they're really going to push the narrative of the IRGC toppling down, unfortunately, ground personnel is what's going to happen. I don't really want to see it happen because, truthfully, I don't think America, as it is right now, can really mentally handle the amount of casualties pertaining from the ground forces. One person someone made a comment when I brought that up in a previous room, saying what the American military is bad. It's like, bro, it's ground campaign. See, you know what I mean about that? We saw it in Iraq. We saw Afghanistan. We're no longer. I mean, we still got IED, but we're dealing with drones, the little small motherfuckers so I see a high casualty list. I know one thing, because I will be very verbal about this, is if America puts ground troops in, I want the IDF to have ground troops. It's not, in my opinion, if America goes in with ground personnel, I think Israel should send a battalion. What do you think, Sid? Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah, that's one of my gripes about Israel is them not sending ground troops. And it's like, you guys struck first and kind of drug us into this shit. So the least you can do is, put some troops on the ground. But they're using this Lebanon thing as an excuse. And from what I'm hearing, Hezbollah's been smacking the fuck out of them there too, man. They've been getting smacked hard as fuck.
Well, regardless of who dragged in, Israel or America, well, we're both in it. And I've been hearing, I haven't done any research on it. Maybe Pepe, if he's still here, or even C
conflict, but you see what I'm saying? So if anybody has any further information on that, like I said, I don't know if this is anti-Semitic school. Sorry, Truth. So if anybody can help me with that, because obviously I've been trying to find stuff on it, Senior Chief, but maybe AI or even the local.
What are you looking up?
Something. There's a hypothetical. Someone brought up to me that Israel's goal is Iran and Turkey, and I don't know if that's true or if that's just pony bullshit. I was just
the only thing I heard is that they don't want Iran, which, you know, truth be told, these two have been fighting for fucking ever. I tell everybody to watch out for Turkey because, like, Turkey is just not. They don't play nice in the playground together. So, and they're up to their own nefarious net. And I know Turkey wants territory along those border lands, so they're going to grab, like, I think their influence is already in Syria in a massive way. I think they're going to, I think they would try to eventually take northern Iran, but that would be up to them. But the IRGC wasn't, like, holding them back. In fact, there's been issues with them, like, kind of quasi helping them circumvent something. So, I mean, I don't know. Iran, Israel trying to go after Turkey, no, but Turkey's been a problem in our ass for, like, long before this conflict started. Fuck. And you gotta remember, Turkey was created, after World War I? So it's still a new nation at large itself.
Hey, Brad, fill me in on Turkey. Tell me, I ain't really hit
Turkey's
I'm
just...
into the history of Turkey, but just, like, all issues with.
They're a NATO nation that gives us a lot of fucking issues in terms of what we can do. We know that they intervene in Pakistan and help set them up. We're aware that they may have actually had some assistance circumventing sanctions and stuff on, like, Iran, and that they kind of do want this push for an Islamic State down through, like, the Syrian border, Yemen. These areas Turkey would love to have control over, and at least a massive power. So I think Turkey's overall goal is to have somewhat control in Pakistan, Syria, Yemen, northern Iraq. I know they have influence in Afghanistan, and I don't think they were a great neighbor to begin with, but, you know, fucking what are you going to do? It's Erdogan, really. Once he's gone, maybe something can be done, but if you guys remember, there was, like, a coup attempt against him, and I still, to this day, think Obama should have sided with the coup instead of breaking him on, because they would have been, Erdogan's he's just a different animal. He's like a mini Putin in Muslim form, in my opinion.
Thank you, Chief.
Like, when you look up the conflicts and the contradictions with Turkey, you just end up you're just sitting there going, why is this fucking piece of shit in NATO?
I will stand with that.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see. So like for me, like I don't give a shit about the Iranian people. No offense to the Iranians in the rim. I don't really give a shit. I just want the IRGC to stop attacking ships and military bases, and basically circumventing sanctions. Like I hear a lot of rumors about shit like, oh, nations are paying $2 million for a ship to go through the strait. And I'm going to say this, and you can look this up. There's allegedly one that may or may not have it. There's no confirmed reports because I actually did a deep dive into it. I haven't seen anything like that. But even if there was, that would actually be a violation of the sanctions. So nobody's really fessed up to paying it. So I don't know where it started, but it wasn't France because France is sending us people and they're actually back the sanctions. The only one that would have probably violated it really would be Russia, but then they're not really interfering in that area because they don't want to kick off anything and they don't want to be blocked in on the Black Sea. So I don't know. It's a lot of moving parts, but there's nothing that, like, I just want the straits open. I just want commerce to resume. And I don't think anybody, you could have made an economic parlay, like similar to Panama. You could have made a parlay with the IRGC and they could have came to the table. They could have been a rich nation. All that traffic, all that oil, they could have been part of it. But they chose terrorist attacks on those ships and like, fuck them. I really don't give a shit. Their Navy and their pirate brothers, the Somalis, I don't give a fuck about any of them. Like, send them down.
So, Brad, basically, that's what we waiting on is for them to open up the strait.
I think the primary concern is literally stop doing the fucking terrorist fucking proxy bullshit. Stop attacking civilian ships with your Navy that no longer pretty much exists and your proxy groups. And stop fucking doing like fucking terror attacks in like Kenya and fucking other places around that region. It's pretty much really what the driving factors are. Everybody's sick of it, including Saudi Arabia. And I mean, I'd rather have the U.S. intervention and have like Saudi Arabia roll up in there in that moment, because then those fuckers really will set oil prices for the rest of the world. They won't have a balanced negotiation between it.
We got a good relationship with them, though.
The Sauds, yeah. Until they killed Khashoggi, but yeah, I mean, I don't trust the fucking bastards.
Trust nobody.
Fuck no, I don't trust anybody that's not American.
Trust Israel.
I don't even trust them fuckers. I'll work with them because they're allies. Fuck it, but they're up there with French. Like, yeah, you're an ally. I'm glad you'll come fight with us. But really, I still don't trust you. Like, if you actually looked at Israel, yeah, they have a lot of issues, man. Fucking, if you remember before October 7th, half the fucking country was protesting in the streets. They were having a civil rights march. They were going through judicial reforms and all that shit. There's a lot to talk about in there. I don't like some of their, you know what? We're going to sign with China on some of these pacts. Okay, well, what the fuck are you doing? It's kind of like Turkey. Turkey, oh, we need your bases and we need your weapons over here to protect us because in case we get invaded. But then they turn around and buy a missile system from fucking Russia. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you know, spare me this shit. You're an ally, but, you know, you're kind of doing that shit. Like, all right, I get you, you know. But, like, for the moment, all Israel is for me, and it's not like an anti-Semitic thing. Israel is just a country that's willing to go fight, and they're willing to take it on head on. And all right, fine, good. You're gonna go up there and shoot down planes. You're gonna shoot systems. You're gonna go kill terrorists. I'm happy about that shit. Great, thank you. Hats off.
Do I fuck with it? I don't know. Feel it though. I see how it makes sense to some people.
I look at it this way. You know, there are times when you have to have allies, and you know what? I believe Patton was right after World War II. We should have marched our asses all the way to fucking Moscow and took out the Russians. Then the Soviets at that time, we should have fucking whooped Stalin's ass. That we had the men and the fucking bullets to do so. But Eisenhower wanted to backpedal on that shit. And the majority of the problems are from both world wars, which were started by fucking Europe, which is why I don't mind Trump calling out NATO and fucking pissing them off, because quite frankly, between those two world wars, we have to deal with all this shit that they fucking created that led up to this bullshit. And Soviet Union, we should have just went in there, conquered fucking Russia, killed all them, and said, all right, here's enough. This is the last time we're over here. The next time we drop one of these giant bombs right in the middle of your capital and we let your people fucking glow in the dark and leave shadows on the ground. But yeah, I trust Israel as much as I trust Turkey.
Turkey and NATO too, right?
Israel's not in NATO, but Turkey's in NATO. Yeah, they're NATO. They're fucking. They're the bitch in NATO, but they're, like I said, they ask us for protection, they ask us for arms, and then they turn around and buy Russian weapon systems.
You might as well say Israel's in NATO. Goddamn. Damn near.
No, they don't like working with some of the NATO countries. They for instance, don't like Turkey. And Turkey don't like them. France, it depends on whatever mood or bipolar disorder the French are getting over that week. And England is kind of like, we were important once, god damn it. We ruled the seas. We conquered 90% of the world for spices and didn't learn how to cook. So
Hey, Brad, what's your thoughts on Jared Kushner?
I think he's I think the Abraham Accords were a good thing. But I also think he's kind of a sleazy cuck. But
Do you know
I kind of like
his family's backstory at all? You should, I think you would validate what you're saying. But I think he is a pawn, and I'm curious if people are watching him.
Like I said, I think he's a grifter, and I think he saw his opportunity with the Abraham Accords, and he profited himself. And I agree with you to some extent. I think he worked with insiders, and we'll find that shit later on in life.
Apparently, he had Netanyahu at his family home growing up. His father knew him.
Probably.
New Jersey. Yep. No, he did. I saw a video. So what's that about?
Probably close family ties. It's like Newsom and fucking Nancy Pelosi or Swalwell and Pelosi and their fucking connections. Like, all these politicians run in really weird circles. Kushner's, for all intents and purposes, take the slimy stuff off. The Abraham Accords was a good start. It does provide economic opportunities. It's a weird Marshall Plan, if you will. But do I think he did it with honor and integrity to help stabilize? Fuck, no, get the fuck out of here. I think he did it to profit himself, a large group of people around him that are connected to him, as well as his family. And he did it to have
just want to ask you, like, what do you think of this whole thing about, like, Trump has gone to this war for Israel and for BB, but not for the US? Like, do you personally see it that way, or do you think that this is really done because the main issue is really China and Russia, and Israel has basically just met the US, having the same goals in that sense?
I think the stars align perfectly under this one. I think any president under any administration would have done this, because for the first time in the area, when has it been where you could hit China? Iran does not have massive backing. Russia can't afford to back them. North Korea is too afraid to go ahead and send aid. China is not doing anything except saber rattling, but you have massive impact. You were able to take Venezuela, now hit Iran, and it's pretty good. Also, everybody's kind of sick of Iran's antics, even in the Middle East. So they're all kind of like, yeah, knock it off. I think Trump isn't doing it Gulf War style. So they have this quiet, tepid approval of it. So I honestly think that Trump is playing the geopolitical chessboard, and he's utilizing it. And Israel is the prime target area, so they're taking a lot of the flack for it and a lot of the incoming. And Trump is just sitting there playing chess while these guys are trying to play checkers on their own home turf. And I think the fact that if he brings Iran into the fold under economic prosperity, and these people aren't fucking twats and just run to Canada, that they will be able to govern themselves and open that up, and they'll probably be one of the richest nations in the next 50 years to 100. They'll have more prosperity. Well, our grandkids will want to go vacation in Iran. That's how great they have the opportunity.
What about this tweet that he puts out? I mean, who thinks that was not contrived, or do you think someone wrote it for him to be abrupt, or did he write it just because he was actually upset?
I gave up in his first term trying to analyze fucking tweets from him. I mean, fuck. Kofefe was like a fucking word of the year with Trump, and it was a misspelling. And you had newscasters going, "Who's Kofefe?"
Iran war not an interest for the U.S.?
You said, what's the interest?
Yeah, how is it not?
No, the tweet.
Sammy said.
Can we finish with?
Yeah, I have no idea, Rich. You just kind of cut off and just said something that was like way off of it. But I don't know what he meant by it. But I mean, it's meant to trigger a response. I'm not sure how it's going to trigger, but I think it has more to do with triggering people in the European alliances and more along the Western side than it does anything else if I was to read it. But I give up on trying to understand what the fucking man tweets at 1 o'clock in the morning. I really do. Yeah, you got me beat.
Brad, you saw the capital expenditures that just came out like within last month. So you got 2 European companies investing $150 billion in power, grid infrastructure, transmissions, and construction. So when the European nations is done, like your companies is moving. When you got German autos going to the United States, French energy going to the United States, CMA, CMG going to the United States, the UK, firms there, like AstraZeneca, investments when it comes to Roche, French company, $50 billion. All of these billions of dollars that's leaving out of Europe and leaving out of parts of their Asian subsidiaries. Then you see the situation of capital is shifting in order to be able to make sure production side is scaled up. Like all this shit is national security. Like when JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon said this is all national security, all of this is national security. Like you can hate how it looks, but you're gonna love when the situation of the production comes back to the United States. Like I live nearby Lockheed Martin plant. They're doubling manufacturing at the plant where I'm at. That's being doubled. That's an extra 350 jobs that wasn't there. So when it comes to Europe is done. If the United States cut off the situation when it comes to NATO, then they're going to be scared that Russia's going to take Poland next.
I agree. Like there's there's a lot of investment in here, and if Trump does succeed with that, what is his proposal? $21 trillion in new investitures into the United States from private capital. If he does achieve that, that is going to be monumentally, like, I don't know where you stop with him. If you sit there and not say, hey, this guy brought $21 trillion in only in a year.
It's over a 4 to 5 year period. Like,
Yeah, he's got like 3 years left.
So REW already announced the capital in April, and they already are deploying $14 billion this year in their $70 billion investment. So the construction will be complete. All the investment announcements that he mentioned in January and November of 2024 through 2025 with the tariffs, and also 15% added global tariff for the next 180 days. These companies run their corporations quarter to quarter. They don't do vibes. They don't do situational. We'll just wait after the presidency. No, that's 12 quarters being eaten up. So even if it's a 36-month run out, his job is just to preserve the capital so it can be able to be deployed, and market share of these firms can be able to come in. Like REW is investing $70 billion. You have the Swiss company, Abernol, investing $70 billion in investment. You got the data center investment at $7 trillion over the next 4 years. You got $1 trillion of corporate electricity, utilities companies coming in. $1 trillion pharmaceutical companies over the next 36 months rotating in, coming in. So you got to give certain things time, because these motherfuckers fucked up America when it comes to the offshoring. 20, 30 years in a cycle, $20 trillion is the only shot that really blue collar and white collar got a chance left. So when it comes to this situation, I'm buying industrial land, Brad. Industrial land has shot up. Dump trucks has shot up, Brad. And you got Canadian companies like Rockwell Automations moving to Minnesota and have a firm in Michigan.
Yeah, buying Caterpillar.
Caterpillar has been up for the past 2 years as well. John Deere, they're investing $20 billion investment inside the United States. So a lot of these publicly traded companies can't afford to wait. You can't afford to wait quarter to quarter of 12 quarters. No, you'll be fired before his administration's even done. So, like I said, the pharmaceuticals especially, because $55 billion with Johnson & Johnson, $70 billion with Pfizer, $50 billion with Roche. Trump RX site got the discounts when it comes to the pharmaceuticals. Plus, you got IPOs in biotech when it comes to peptides and COP3s. A lot of things happening at the same time.
Go read the GPT-1s, like the fat drugs, just like crazy how fast they're taking off. Like,
so,
and Novo Nordisk like lost the boat on that one this month.
They're investing $23 billion of capital as well in the next 36 months. So that's why I say people need to give this shit some time. People need to really give this shit some time, because this is a scenario where we only had $1 trillion of capex spending in the previous 4 years. But you got 21 and announcements within 8 to 12 months of 2025. Like I said, man, when people say recession, those people are not even factoring in those investments. I think people watch too much Bloomberg News. I think they watch too much Yahoo Finance and not actually looking at how France, Netherlands, UK, Spain, Germany, all these pan-European companies and countries that are transitioning capital. BP that invested a $20 billion investment. Shell. So, like I said, man, this shit is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting, because what is people going to do when they see new jobs? Are they going to get mad because they saw new jobs?
Well, Sean, I hate to.
Yeah, it's like a how dare you?
How dare you?
Dude, the money is good right now.
I apologize.
The money is good right now, Sean. Like when people say, the economy is hurting, where? Bro,
I'm in the construction aspect, so I don't miss anything.
Bro, I'm in the farming and cattle transportation, dude. Under Joe Biden, dude, freaking almost all the livestock companies that do transportation, sell barns, feeder lots, all loss per year. All right, dude. The first month that Trump was in office, every livestock caller probably made $15,000 plus for their monthly income.
Well, that's because domestic is supposed to win with tariffs and localization.
But yeah, dude, money is good, dude. We're ranking and baking. Man, if you tell me today you ain't making money, you gotta go back.
You're shaking big.
Well, that's funny, Ricky Bobby. But like I said, when it comes to that situation, David, I think a lot of people are not positioned. I think they're over leveraged. I think all the pandemic stimulus money and people over leveraged. People took high HELOCs. People took very high, especially when it came to 2022. The refinance boom. People was taking refinances on 6-8% interest rates, variable rates. Now they're over leveraged. Cards is maxed out. And now you have a transition where you have a pro business, streamlined permitting, and if you want to build, you can build. You can be able to write off within 1 year instead of 39 years like you do in Europe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's some people, or most people, I don't think will realize the difference. But yeah, it's huge. It's the same thing like it's like during COVID. So we have factories in China, we have factories in Guangzhou and Shenzhen. And we decided to have a new factory in Western India to just diversify, right? Because we don't want to have all our chips in one basket. So we opened the factory in the western part of India and moving some of our production out of China.
That's it. That's racist. Whoa.
I apologize. But anyway, long story short, basically it was a great move because obviously the tariff situation happened.
Save money.
Well, we went from China was 0% tariffs on toys, right? So we didn't have to pay any duties. Then it went to 20 to 40 to 90, back down to 30. It was a mess. But then we had our factory in India. India made a deal, so we were, set at a certain rate. So it's crazy times, bro. It's crazy times. Yeah, to have a factory, whether it's in India or China, it's hard days.
Well, people need to invest in free trade zones. Free trade zones and bond warehouses in the United States if you're still going to do the import-export game.
That's right. Fun fact, my friend who bought a very expensive piece of artwork, it's sitting in the free trade zone right now in New Jersey.
Same.
But he doesn't pay any tax.
Same.
But he's able to write it off on his taxes. It's a crazy situation.
And that's why I'm saying, man, the media don't give motherfuckers the game when it comes to avoiding tariffs or averting it or suspending or eliminating it completely.
Correct, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like we got too many post-CCP people on this damn economic spectrum, man. Because I hate when motherfuckers tell me about free trade. It needs to be fair trade. It needs to be a scenario of tariff barriers need to be lowered. Because how the fuck, you can sell us a million things and we can't sell any of people art shit.
Yeah, it's funny because we always had 0% tariffs when it came to my sector, but when I was listening to Trump explain the reason why we're charging tariffs to whether it's Germany or the UK or France or whatever, and he brings up a good point. He's well, they've been charging us, our American companies, tariffs the entire time, but we haven't done anything about it. I think that's a good point. It's if France is gonna tariff our companies, then why can't we tariff their companies? It kind of makes sense.
Excuse me, David. Do you mind if I go after you? I was going to tell Sean something.
Well, I'm
much into this stuff, but I hate it when individuals come up and say the economy's doing bad. I can't stretch my dollar, this like that. Listen, dude, I'm a poor country guy. I grew up poor, worked my ass off. I joined the military, had family. But the thing is, like I tell people, say, listen, manage your money. Or think outside the box, if you're saying that you can't live off 40 hours, well, what's your spending? Are you being a fool with your money? Or are you, because the economy's been a lot better, in my opinion, under Trump right now, and also in his first term when he was in. And when Joe Biden came up, everything skyrocketed up.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: most people that's talking about the economy, they had inflation fatigue since 2021, when gas prices first went up. But this segment that's going on now, this shit would die off once the 5,700 oil permits are approved and streamed. Well, they're already approved. They're beginning construction done around Texas, Louisiana, when it comes to oil production. So liquefied natural gas, so 50 cent. Everybody know 50 cent. All right, 50 cent got a trucking company in Shreveport, Louisiana. And since they had a Republican mayor and governor, they have literally got over $80 billion in committed investment in Louisiana. And that was just off of the first 8 months. So that's just off of the first 8 months. So people that's in the know, that are not politically biased, they're tracking the capital. They're saying, man, ain't no recession when it comes to this scenario. You got people spending more money. You got foreigners, 190 countries of investment, 27 countries in the EU, European Union, investing domestically. Like me and Brad been talking about this shit for the past 6-7 months on this damn app. And I'm kind of disappointed that a lot of the financial, arty-smarty, conservative types are not even bringing up the capital investment.
Mr. Sean, I ain't that guy. I ain't never going to come on here and tell you. I'm Doc Holliday when it comes to that. I'm a working class guy. You know what I mean? I break my back, get my greenbacks a day of the week, and I manage it the best. I'm not gonna come on here and tit for tat. Y'all better at that than me.
Well, Steph, I'm gonna say this, man. Would you sell your land for $27 million? There was a Kentucky family that had a land offer that was $27 million. Would any of y'all sell y'all land, David? No. Brad?
No.
No, my parents are wealthy because they kept all the land.
Wait, 27 million you said, right?
Well, hold on. Step back to this. I'll tell you what. You want to know what?
27.
Oh, how many acres am I giving up?
So those were 20 acre.
Fuck yeah.
25 acre. There wasn't hundreds of acres. It was just 25 in Kentucky. Bowling Green, to be exact.
Fuck yeah, I'd sell.
Wait, is this like a Jack Daniels? Is that Jack Daniels? Is that the motto?
No. What?
Well, Sean, can I answer your question real quick?
Yeah.
Sean, I would not sell, but I would lease. And I would put in that I have ownership of the mineral rights.
Well, I don't disagree on that aspect. Sometimes they give you an offer that you can't refuse. A lot of the scenarios would be a situation where if you didn't take the offer, they'll just do eminent domain and you get less. Because they was giving them 7 times the amount of the valuation because it's industrial land. It's like big production land where you can be able to build warehousing, manufacturing, logistical ports. Because even Kentucky got $22 billion of construction that's going to be finished by the end of this year.
Yeah, Kentucky. So, Sean, when Trump did the whole Liberation Day and the whole tariff thing, obviously a lot of people thought it was crazy, right? But when you actually look at it, you realize how much product we give to these countries before Liberation Day, without tariffs or very low tariffs, very low duties, and how much they're charging us. there was definitely like a misshaped back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that like Germany like is tariffing American cars, but like we won't tariff their cars.
No,
like Mercedes brought into the U.S. is only getting like I forget whatever it was, like 5% tariff, and an American car going to Germany is getting like a 20% tariff. Like the whole thing doesn't make any sense. Like it wasn't.
Well, what
it wasn't
about the
fair.
$157 million that when the Supreme Court shut down the tariffs, and that America has already taken in for the day we started doing tariffs?
Yeah,
what about
let's gonna figure this out.
Yes, and it's still in limbo. Like,
as of right now, yeah.
But you really
I'll
want
go through the system.
you really want to lock in a new tariff. That's why the 15% global tariff is needed, because 15% tariff, you have companies that have it where, like Europe, it's really more or less, Europe is 50-50. Where shit like a 15% tariff pretty much previously, 20, 30 years ago, wouldn't work. But when you have high corporate taxes in Europe, because they fancy themselves as funding the entire, well, you have to deal with a situation of 21% corporate tax. Then you also have to deal with 100% bonus depreciation, 100% R&D tax credit write-off. That's good for pharmaceuticals. That's good for anything involving white-collar tech, SaaS companies, etc. Then you also have the scenario of 1-year write-offs on 100% of factory builds. Europe is still raising taxes. That's because they still want to keep all the programs.
Yeah, and
don't cut none of their bureaucracy. Don't want to cut none of their government on the top end. The government's top heavy.
yeah, it's a ridiculous system. Like, so
what do you guys think it'll work its way out? Because
Europe is not going to work its way out. The United States will be fine.
yeah, because either the people are gonna realize how bad it is, or they're not. But that's
I'm asking about so all the tariffs from the time Trump started his tariffs, right?
Yeah.
And then the Supreme Court stopped it, right?
Yeah.
There's $157 billion.
Around 200.
Okay, $200 billion. All right.
But you can also have Congress. Congress can also get to pass a law.
But so is that $200 billion is placed in limbo or what?
Didn't they make them illegal though? What
it's held in until, like, in my opinion, I think Congress is going to pass a law to ratify those trade deals, and it's going to be fine.
Before the trade deals are still locked in. The tariff money is just the only thing that's in limbo, because the trade deals.
Well, the deal's already been made, but what the Supreme Court did is that those deals are no bueno. So they have to. The deal that they made is now doesn't. It's not legal, so they have to get the money back. But I think Congress will step in and pass the law, so it's fine. I don't think it's a big deal.
Well, he used an antiquated law to push through.
Well, yeah, the emergency powers, because these countries are utilizing our immigration as let's just say like a bad way. So we're able to utilize it as an emergency power. But the Supreme Court didn't think so.
On 301, in Section 301, then you have 919, then you have the emergency powers, the EPA, all EIP, EPA. You have all those mechanical type of way of tariffs, because most of this situation is a forced function. Once countries and companies and investments are finally fully constructed in the United States around July, November, December, then that's where the bandwagon effect, where other companies that was not going to invest inside the United States, they will have to invest in the United States, or they miss out all the market opportunity when it comes to power demand, utilities, transmitters, that whole HVAC, liquid cooling. You miss out on that opportunity. And plus, you miss out on the tax write-off. Like, who wants to wait 40 years to write off one building that you did 30 years ago, 20 years ago?
Yeah, that was another good thing in the big beautiful bill was the for corporates, being able to write off certain aspects of capital. That's very good. That means like new companies are able to utilize tax able to utilize like proper tax reasons for
well, the tax credits, a lot of the situation is there of a rebate that you build and you can be able
no, but you don't need a rebate. You just write off things like
100%.
sooner. Yeah, it's better. It's for tax purposes. It's better. And that wasn't a big.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Sorry, that kind of got my tongue. I was trying to say that. But you're correct. Yeah, that wasn't a big but beautiful bill. You're going to get that type code.
So, like I said, I'm invested in the stock market, and construction stocks has not failed. John Deere, Caterpillar, MTZ, Photonics, especially Photonics. All my Photonics stock has tripled since this defense shit, due to the fact that everything that's pretty much used in defense tech is going to be laser, LiDAR, photonics, computer vision.
Have you guys heard of a company called Fermi?
Yes.
Man, that thing blew up from the IPO.
No, who is that?
I don't know
who that is. Can you explain it?
Fermi, it's a data center project down in Texas.
Who's their client?
They don't have clients yet. That's the thing. It's a build out. It's a massive build out run by the former governor. Rick Perry's name's on it. Anyway, the IPO came through at like $21. Value in the company like $15 billion. It's now trading at $5. I think this thing is a win longer term, but you don't want to buy it now. You want to buy it like in 6 months at $2 and just hold that thing. So I wondered if you'd heard of it.
I've heard of it. That's because I'm tracking most of the government contracts and DOE funding from quiverquantitative.com.
The Department of Energy?
Yeah, DOE, DOT, like Oklo is a better stock because
DOW, you mean Department of War, not Defense.
But like I said, DOW, DOE, DOT.
It's funny because like I was at a dinner party and my friend yells at me for calling it the Department of War. It's like, it's not the Department of War, it's the Department of Defense.
Like I said, stupid politics gets in the way of money making.
That's right.
Because this shit is green. It's gonna take, out of the $18 trillion to $20 trillion plus, it's going to take $3 to $4 trillion of the manufacturing to come in. You know, a lot of these rinky-dink towns, cities, and areas that were neglected because of offshoring, when they reshore back, that's where a lot of scenarios where people are not going to be as mad. I don't think people are going to really be mad when their supplier is local.
So I know you're very bullish. I know you think a lot of these things will follow through. Maybe let's make some cases for them not unfolding the way Trump's been laying it out, just to give us an even conversation. Like, what are the things that we think could potentially interrupt these things?
Things that can interrupt is long-term energy crisis, where it's got to be regulated within 60 days or less.
Well, I think the war is going to resolve itself very soon, right? I'm assuming they're going to resolve it.
Because they need 2 rate cuts to make it really turbocharged. That's why Kevin Warsh is going to be so important for the Federal Reserve Chairman.
Yeah, we need it. With all the respect to Powell is a very bad. Like, as somebody like I
is
deal
he
with.
bad, or is he just kind of just status quo.
I don't think well, he was wrong in the beginning. He was wrong during COVID. He's wrong now.
25 years, man. I mean,
But he has a bad record. Like, he was wrong in so many different situations. Like, why are we giving him?
The thing is, we need to raise cut because we have a lot of debt balance. So whoever that's willing to cut rates with tariffs, with capitalists coming in that don't see supply side demand being inflationary, we're pretty much good. Because the problem is with Powell is he was squeamish when it comes to tariffs. Didn't thought that investment was going to come in quick enough, or not come quick enough.
He was wrong during that calculation, but yeah, like even the saving grace is the fact that these European markets are definitely doing a lot worse than us, right? So that's the saving grace.
Europe got a whole bunch of money diamonds. That's the fucking problem. It's the beautiful thing to see Germany.
Yeah,
wake up.
But the European Central Bank, is like if you have.
Yeah, fucking Hank Hill running the UK.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have didn't Trump call the prime minister a simp or something? He called him something.
Man, like I said, Europe, America don't want our shit to look like Europe.
You know what? Maybe this is like a thing, but I mean, Trump was right. It's like NATO. We keep bailing out NATO. When's the last time NATO did anything for us?
Well, Eisenhower told everybody that after World War II that NATO was going to be a monstrous spending clusterfuck. We spend 70% of all of our defense. Most of their defense is our defense. So.
Yeah, like we're giving so much money and so much equipment to Ukraine, and it really just benefits Europe. It doesn't benefit us.
It's really the slow. They did that as a method to slow down Russia when it comes to the aspects of that. They want to outspend Russia again.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, like if Trump and Putin sat down together, which they did, right? Yeah, but Trump and Putin, they sat down together, they'd be like, yo, we're cool, right? He's like, yes, okay. So it's all the Europeans that have the issues. Like, why are you paying for them? Makes no sense.
Well, BRICS is not going to work because you got 500 billion barrels of oil that's.
No, well, the Saudis are on our side now, so like the BRICS won't work.
Well, they're investing $4 trillion in investments here in the United States over the next 10 years.
Yeah, but they don't want the BRICS dollar. They rather be part of us than be part of China. So,
well, who in the fuck wants to be part of a fake world power that can't yield power?
Well, be nice.
China is a paper tiger still. I've still yet to see how China has gotten out of the paper tiger syndrome.
Yeah, but your boy. Yeah, but your boy, he does have a hard on for, with all due respect, for Taiwan. So I don't know. I think he might do it, but I don't know when. But he might do it.
Well, I don't see that happening if you don't have the energy.
Yeah, but why is he taking all these steps to making it seem like it's gonna happen? Why would he do that if he's not gonna? He has no aspirations.
No, I'm saying that when it comes to China, they will try to make the attempt. It's to slow it down. Because that buys us years. This shit buys us a lot of time. Because if you don't have the oil and your defensive tech doesn't even compete with South Korea, Japan, Australia, then come on. Like, I think people hype up China to the point where you don't realize that China has lost to Vietnam and Japan. And now Vietnam and Japan got more weapons and are working together. Yeah. They're more battle tested.
Yeah, so like
a lot of people don't realize how much you're onto something here with the paper tiger. How, yes, we could, as Americans, we consume and use a lot of, or we did in the past, Chinese goods. I think that phenomenon is over, or at least it's whittling down.
50% of all iPhones sold in the U.S. are made in India, not China anymore.
Right. So what I'm saying is maybe you guys, consume differently, but I know that I shy away from their goods at this point. So I don't know what their initiative would be. They're not an imperialistic country by nature. So I think that they're going to be, maybe not necessarily as powerful as people are projecting by the numbers.
No, they'll definitely have power. Like, so as somebody who's been to China and gone to the factories and all that bullshit, the factories I did business with, like, they're very steadfast, and the government, not forces, but they nudge them to do better and do more. So, yeah, I wouldn't sell them short.
I'm not selling them short. I don't know that they don't have a capitalist system, right? But it is kind of de facto.
No, it's a communist social republic. Yeah,
right.
State-sponsored capitalism.
Quote unquote.
They got a hand on Jack Ma's pocket. Jack Ma got around 40, 50 B's in the account. Billions.
Yeah, he disappeared. Remember when he disappeared? It's like, where's Jack Ma?
Yep. Well, what happened to the other billionaires? You got several billionaires that's worth 30, 40 billion each. Li Ka-shing, he's the one that brokered the deal when it came to GPA and BlackRock selling the Panama Canal.
Yeah, I remember, like, I was in Hong Kong, and there was one of the guys is very anti-CCP, and that guy is now in jail. I obviously can't do anything, but because he's a Hong Kong citizen. But I felt bad. It was like this person I had met, when I was doing my trips to Hong Kong. He worked for one of the factories, and he was, being a nice guy. And he went to one of those protests. It was the umbrella protest.
Yeah.
And now he's in prison. I felt bad.
Where are these anti-CCP Asians? I would definitely like to pick their brain on what they.
Now I'm not going to tell you now.
when it comes to the paper tiger.
Are you going to report them?
You got people. No, you got people like Gordon Chang. He comes on Fox News. I respect his.
Yeah, Apple Daily. Yeah, his family. Like, yeah. So Okay, never mind.
So Gordon Chang is very.
Yeah, that poor guy. Like, he's an old guy too, and he's all he does is report on.
Drinking, man? You've been drinking, Albert. You've been drinking.
Yeah, not really.
Albert sounds more sober.
Oh, you're making a small light comparison.
Yeah,
it's all good. This is chummy. I don't know. It's good to have these macro conversations, and I'm not throwing a stupid thing to you guys. Have you ever considered what?
Yeah, go ahead, Albert.
Like the macroeconomics of globalism. Even though we were offshoring, trillions, billions every year. Whenever they officially started globalism, right? We started buying Chinese goods maybe in the 90s. We're developing other trade partners. Now I'm not saying we did it correctly, but have you guys ever factored that into your assessments. That these things are measured and they were necessary to create trading off. The guys just hot, by the way, when you call them out. But it is a part of this thing. You can't have a $1 trillion maybe trade arrangement with a country that isn't infrastructure-wise compatible with it. Like we built out China, obviously, over the last 25 years by offshoring capital. And the short-term or the longer-term benefits are, better products for a time. And now he's kind of redirecting the ship back to, I wouldn't say isolationism. I would say maybe some
localization. I call it localizing global
Yeah.
capital. That's all. Like when you got 190 countries and all those elements of names of firms got to figure out: do we get hit with the tariff or do we run domestic into the United States trade out? That's really it. Because these are CEOs, CFOs, they can't do politics, they can't do an aspect of, well, I don't like Donald Trump, I don't want to make Donald Trump look good. No. Everything's quarter to quarter.
Yo, is Mr. Sig there?
Sig.
Yo, Sig.
Goddamn, boy.
But yeah, if he's not here, it's all good. I just wanted to say, hey, look, welcome to the Masculinity Mansion. If you haven't got chased that dollar today, go chase that dollar. If you haven't exercised today, go exercise. Because you know what? The gender war is real, bro. Masculinity is at an all-time attack. Alright? So stop pretending you're masculine. Man, when you're weak, you're fucking weak. What did you do today that makes you better than yesterday? Nothing.
Hey, Sig, don't even give me
Besides coming up in here in Clubhouse talking your shit.
Albert, it was a pleasure talking to you, man.
Yeah, man, we'll catch up another time. We'll hit it up some other time.
Make sure you invest in
what's
NASDAQ.
going on. What's that?
Make sure you invest in NASDAQ, ticker symbol HOOD.
Okay, I will.
Okay, man, she for Trump forever. You know, when Trump said that if he can shoot somebody, Trump said that he can shoot somebody in the street, and no matter what, his people gonna follow him, and that's a fact.
Hey, Beaver, did you bring up Rich? I don't think he said anything racist.
No, but he interrupted. It's just so annoying. He's got to pay for his interruptions.
How about this? Hey, can you move? If I move down, would you bring him up? I'll sacrifice my space.
Get off fucking.
Here, I'll bring him up now. He's paid enough.
You can fucking rip his dick all fucking afternoon. Shut the fuck up.
We'll have to do it.
Rich says nothing of fucking substance. Shut the fuck up about it.
I just wanna. Okay, so today
some
is
shekels,
the day
Spima.
after. See what I mean?
You wanted to bring Rich up. I like it when Rich comes up. He might be annoying, but he's a goofy,
Sucking his
annoying guy.
fucking dick.
Well, I'm trying to get to the balls where you keep interrupting me, dude.
Bitch ass nigga.
Bitch ass nigga, shit. Okay.
I feel like could Trump be considered a terror? Like I I mean, obviously we're inside of America and we're Americans. I think most of everybody here.
Give me some shackles, you want?
You can't. We have to align with the same principles. So when you align with me, and you got to. What is it? You got to hit the special spot. Hit the special spot, and the tokens come, and it pours out on you. So,
I'm trying to hit that special spot. Can you bring up Rich?
You just got a negative. You just got a negative.
You owe her shackles now.
That's right.
See, I just touched that spot. She can read.
Exactly. So could we consider him, like, if this was another country right now, if we thought, like, let's take China, right? If China was doing this, do you think that what would your opinion be if this was the Chinese men doing this to right now? How would we feel about it?
So obviously China does not have the willpower of the American nation. Okay, that's first. That's the first thing we need to recognize in this dynamic. So if China were to go into Iran and do this,
Coco,
all right, they would die.
Tiger's below me. Tiger is CCP. He's below me. So if anybody would know what China would do, ask Tiger because he's CCP.
Okay. So shout out to Tiger and his CCP, but the American nation will prevail, and I think there's too much, TDS in this room for me. I might not stay because there's so much anti-Trump comments. It's starting to break my heart. Donald Trump, he almost died for us. Okay, he was shot campaigning to try and save our nation. All right. And he survived.
China loves
and God
Trump.
saved him.
China people love Donald Trump.
That's what I'm saying, So, if the Chinese can recognize how great Donald Trump is and the American population cannot, this is very problematic. He's saving America. I just can't stand to hear all of these anti-Trump comments anymore. This is a terrible, horrible thing you're doing.
Terrible, horrible. Othello, why do you have such an issue with me? Oh, you ran away.
Most good people
Terrible.
do
It's
this.
terrible. It's horrible.
I like this name. Yeah, let me add that. Yeah, fuck the IRG.
Chat. Everybody loves Rich.
So I guess.
Oh, wow. This account's got a lot of followers, Rich. How'd you maintain that? Oh, I let the Indians and the Pakistanis do it for me on my website. I love it. It's really, I get the odd phone numbers, then they fucking build the account, and they build all their friends. I know. You get the odd account that's fucking full blast, bro. I clip it where they can't use it anymore. Yeah.
What do you think about all these TDS comments going on?
I think it is what it is. It's Trump derangement syndrome. It's horrible.
I disagree.
It's terrible.
I think it's only Trump derangement syndrome when you can't point to.
No, bro, you still haven't fucking showered shackles on me, so stop.
When people could be honest about what they like about Trump, I don't think that that's TDS. I think that that's a good constructive criticism. So that's
but I have a problem. I think people that they're criticizing only half the story. Like, they're critiquing him for every single thing he does. Like, they grab her by the pussy. That wasn't what he fully said. He was talking about movie stars.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I mean. Like, when TDS, like people in this room, right? Most of the people in this room, I'm saying, yeah, I think it would be TDS if you can be genuine about positive things that Trump does. But if you could give your positive reasons, I don't think that's not TDS.
Is it TDS or is it tedious?
Ooh.
That's what the title should be. TDS or tedious?
believe you doxed the sleeping woman.
She was in the shower.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I did not like that one.
That was bad taste, BB. It was
I know.
make
Thanks.
terrible.
I apologized. I said I made everything right. I apologized to her. And she actually apologized to me, too.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's good.
Okay. Well, I think that we need to, as Americans, support our military. We got people over there dying, guys. So I understand people are from, and now I'm putting aside the troll and being dead serious.
I want to throw you.
I was gonna say, since when did you become a troll, Coco?
Yeah, I want to throw you points, but I'm too much of a cheap Jew, Coco. Sorry.
So I just got the genuine parts of you for a while.
Yeah. I just do it when I feel like it. But no, I'm putting aside the troll now. I genuinely think, look, I'm not pro-war myself, but this is our military, okay? These are our people at the end of the day. These are our brothers and sisters. These are our cousins. These are, whatever. You know what I'm saying? These are our uncles. These are our aunts. These are the lady at the end of the block, right? So
is her name Jenny?
We need to sure, why not? So we need to support our military. I think we need to kind of have like a united front against some of these comments that are very anti-American. And some of these people actually sit amongst themselves. And again, I'm not trolling. And they actually talk about and laugh at American soldiers fucking dying. And I'm not cool with that, bro. I'm not cool with that. I don't think that as Americans we should key with people that are like this. Because at the end of the day, again, these are our brothers and sisters. So if you think it's cool to, see Americans die, and you think it's cool for Americans to be held as war hostages, right, missing in action, you have no place amongst me.
Have people really been happy or whatever you're saying about that?
Yes. This is something that has been very clear to me, and it's kind of starting to change my opinion on some things over the past couple of weeks. I'm not gonna lie to you. And again, I'm not pro-war, but look.
What type of people do you hang out with?
I'm never gonna be okay. I'm never gonna be okay with people thinking that it's funny that Americans are being harmed. No, fuck you. Look, I'm not a traitor, okay? At the end of the day, I'm gonna criticize the United States. I'm gonna criticize our government, all this. But at the end of the day, our military is made up of the people, and that's our people. So I'm never gonna turn my back on our people during wartime.
I'd red pill the fuck out of Coco.
Sounds like the feds got to him.
Yeah.
No, I'm being dead serious, bro. And you guys should.
That's when you spend too much time in a mirror's room and fucking Homeland Security's investigating your ass. This is what you become.
Can we all start? Can we all start throwing points at BB?
Let me tell you. Look, I've been this way since I was a kid. My parents raised me this way. I respect the veterans. I respect the men and women who give their fucking lives to do whatever they need to do for our better interests as Americans. So this is one of my sentiments that's been programmed into me as a child. This is nothing new for me. But yeah, I mean, again, like, I'm not like super gung-ho about imperialism and shit like that. But hey, man, this is our people. So I just want to say that to say, like, I think some people should check themselves, because there really is people out here that are not from this country that do want to see harm done to you and done to our fucking military. And I don't think as an American you should be sitting here benefiting off of all the shit, the sacrifice that they've done, and be okay with people that have this idea that they want to bring harm onto us or bring harm onto our military. No, fuck that shit.
Do they want to harm us? Do they want to harm us because we're interfering in the first place?
I I just want to. We got to raise coins for BB because we have to fundraise $1,500 so I can clip somebody for BB. BB was asking me to clip somebody in a private.
Rich, do you know who Cliff Beaver?
No. Hold on, can you hear this song after? BB wants me to clip some Muslim guy that was threatening his face. He was literally begging me in the other room. I saw him do it for $1,600. Alright. So we gotta fundraise money for Beaver or BB.
Makes me want to dance. Not the Bomb Iran part, but just the song.
BB, I think Pro sent you like 20 cents. So only gonna raise like $1,499 and 80 more cents for you to get that person clipped.
Thanks for all your help, Rich. You're a real fucking scumbag of a friend.
He sues me in a private. He's like, I need you to clip this person.
Yeah, why not, bro? Why can't? How is that a problem, Rich?
What's his name? I don't even remember.
But how is it a problem to ask you to do that? Guy Hamza.
Hamza.
No, but why is that a problem?
Oh, that's Hamza from Amir's room.
I don't know who it is, but I just sent you it in the back channel, and I sent you his profile.
What's his PTR look? I'm not in that same account. You gotta send it to this one.
Yeah, I'll send it to this one. This guy is a fucking scumbag.
What did he say to you?
It's what he said about what he wants to do to my child.
Which one?
The 4-year-old. Hold on.
No.